After an internship in the Knesset as part of the International Parliamentary Scholarship Program, she lived in Tel Aviv and returned to Munich in 2019, where she is a member of the Jewish-Palestinian Dialogue Group of Munich. Shelly Steinberg, thank you for coming.
So first of all, thank you. I would like to thank the organizers of this conference as well. As a member of the Jewish-Palestinian Dialogue Group, I know how difficult it is to organize events to this topic, especially nowadays. You have to face a lot of consequences and repression, so I am the more grateful that it can take place today. So big respect to the organizers here. Secondly, I am so impressed by the statements of my co-panelists that I'm very happy that I kept mine quite short, so that we get to hear more of the others too. And thirdly, as I'm not a native English speaker, I prepared something in advance that I'm going to read out. So I hope you excuse me simply reading. In my statement, I would like to take a look at the deranged relationship of Germany with Israel, because it is this relationship that determines Germany's treatment of the Palestinians. The Western solidarity and loyalty to Israel has different reasons and motivations. While the US, Great Britain and France, for example, follow rather geopolitical strategies and state-related interests, that means quite factual ones. Where am I? Here it already starts. Germany's relationship with Israel is of a rather ideological nature. It is characterized by something called in German the Nibelungentreue, which goes beyond any reasonable idea. The term expresses the concept of absolute, unquestioning, excessive, and potentially disastrous loyalty to a cause or a person, or as in this case, to a country and its people, even if that means their own downfall. Support for Israel, no matter what. This is actually Germany's directive. Germany abuses the remembrance of the victims of the Holocaust in order to justify its blind support for Israel. It's abusing the remembrance of dead Jews, while it doesn't have any problems to take action against living Jews and deprive them from their fundamental rights like freedom of speech. This shows how deeply anti-Jewish German politics is. It's actually more Zionist and not Jewish, as they always claim. This year marks the 75th anniversary of the constitutional rights in Germany. And here I must add, because I'm from Germany, I rather speak about Germany, but I'm quite sure that most of these things apply to Austria as well. So excuse me if I just say Germany, but yeah, it implies Austria as well. So this year marks the 75th anniversary of the constitutional rights in Germany. And these rights were written in 1949 in such a way as to protect the citizens from encroachments by the political level. But today's politicians disregard the principles of democracy and the rules of law. In order to curry favor with Israel and submit to it, the politicians, with the help of mainstream media, sacrifice Germany's credibility as a constitutional state. Instead of making domestic politics, they make pro-Israel lobby work. But German history cannot be used as an excuse for an undemocratic approach. Germany believes that it can make up for one wrongdoing with another one. But as Bertha von Suttner said, it would not occur to any sensible person to try to wash away ink stains with ink, oil stains with oil, Only blood should be washed out again and again with blood. Instead of dealing with its history in an adequate way, Germany takes Israel as representative for Jews in general, which itself is a very anti-Semitic approach. Germany, and I think also Austria, has adapted the IRA definition of anti-Semitism. From all possible definitions, why this fixation on the IRA definition? This definition gives Germans the possibility to whitewash their crimes and rehabilitate German history. The IRA definition defines anti-Semitism as a certain perception of Jews, which may be expressed as hatred toward Jews. Rhetorical and physical manifestations of anti-Semitism are directed, and now comes the point, are directed toward Jewish or non-Jewish individuals. By that, the IRA definition gives the Germans the opportunity to move from the perpetrator side to the ranks of the victims of anti-Semitism. So the definition leads to a shift of positions. Now, Germans can ally with pro-Israeli Jews and non-Jews against those who are Israel critical without having to fear the accusation of anti-Semitism. Moreover, can they claim now to be victims of anti-Semitism themselves? But the exact opposite is the case. Under the guise of friendship with Israel, they can now take action against Jews they dislike and claim to pursue a noble goal while enjoying impunity and not having to fear consequences for their utmost anti-Jewish actions. Germany was responsible for a complete stagnancy in the development of Judaism in Europe during the Nazi era. While in the US, for example, different currents of Judaism have formed in a natural way, in Germany only Orthodox Judaism is recognized officially and seen as legitimate. Therefore, the Central Council of Jews is seen as the only legitimate Jewish voice. But this is in complete contrast to the basic character of Judaism, which has always been a very dynamic religion. It draws its dynamism from its culture of discussion. Disagreements and discussions are the nature of Judaism. The Talmud, for example, is a whole compilation of discussions and disagreement, and it's this very core character that is being denied to Jews by German officials. Claiming that criticizing the genocide committed by Israel is anti-Semitic means conversely that genocide is something Jewish. These Israel apologists aren't even aware of what ugly a picture of Judaism they draw in the German public. This is a very sick relationship characterized by ideological obsessions that don't have anything to do with facts and reality. The opposite is the case. The accusation of anti-Semitism serves solely to distract from the terrible events taking place on the ground and to delegitimize legitimate criticism and put critics in a defense position and silencing them, as we've been witnessing just yesterday with the municipal intervention against this conference. So in order to understand how political interventions against, German political interventions against Palestinians work and where they come from, one needs to understand how deeply sick the relationship between Germany and Israel, respectively, the Jews is. So that was my statement. So.